Welcome to New Sky TV. Breaking news. Zhai Yiying's new drama gets a release date. The male lead is tall, handsome, and has outstanding acting skills. He's actually the same actor who previously worked with Wang Gege. Lin Ziyi, disguised as a simpleton to marry into a wealthy family, and Shen Pinan, the mysterious head of the Special Investigation Department, go from mutual testing to sharing life and death in a contract marriage. Zhai Yiying and Wang Gege collaborate for the third time to portray a love story amidst chaos, weaving a sweet yet heavy revolutionary love song with their expressive eyes. When arranged marriage meets love for the nation, this masked romance is destined to be a bittersweet tale. The news that the Republican-era short drama Love Lasts Forever, starring Zhai Yiying and Wang Gege, will premiere on February 17th on Wang Gege TV is both gentle and a little harsh, forcefully combining sweet romance and chaotic times, making viewers both anticipate and suspenseful. On February 17th, this Republican-era romance short drama, with arranged marriage as its framework, officially announced its release date and will premiere on Wang Gege TV. This is a love story filled with disguise and testing. To complete a mission, the female protagonist, Lin Ziyi, disguises herself as a fool and marries into a contract marriage with Shen Pinan, the mysterious head of the Special Investigations Department. Both wear masks. Both have their own agendas. In their daily cohabitation, they are slowly dissected by each other, yet also healed by one another. What truly captivates is the tension of knowing the danger yet still choosing to approach. As the plot progresses into its later stages, identities are almost revealed, and the lines between friend and foe become increasingly blurred. Every conversation between Lin Ziyi and Shen Pinan feels like dancing on a knife's edge. She is no longer just a pretentious good-for-nothing heiress, but actively takes the initiative in each crisis. He is no longer just a cold-faced superior, but prioritizes her safety above all else when faced with crucial choices. This transformation isn't a sudden infatuation, but the trust that grows from fighting side by side, the tacit understanding that accumulates little by little amidst gunfire and lies. A rainy night confrontation scene pushes their emotions to a climax. Lin Ziyi finally reveals part of the truth, her voice trembling but her gaze resolute. Shen Pinan remains silent for a long time, only asking one question: "Do you believe me?" These four simple words are both a confession of affection and a test of their positions. At that moment, the audience can clearly feel that their relationship has transcended a contract, becoming a true alliance. From exploitation to protection, from testing to entrustment, this emotional thread unfolds with restrained yet profound depth. The advancement of the career storyline further weights this love. The complexity of the mission, the tension of the situation, and the power struggles make every moment of sweetness feel precious. One moment they're planning an operation side by side, the next they might face a life or death decision. The plot shifts back and forth between emotion and faith, maintaining a tight yet coherent pace. This is precisely why the actors' performances are so crucial. Zhai Yiying's outburst in the latter half is particularly stunning. Lin Ziyi's feigned ignorance gradually crumbles, revealing a side that is both sharp and vulnerable. In one scene where she cries alone, there's no hysteria, only suppressed sobs. Tears stream down her cheeks, yet she stubbornly holds back her sobs. That unyielding strength is all the more heartbreaking. Zhai Yiying uses subtle micro-expressions to portray the character's inner turmoil layer by layer, allowing the audience to see the soul of a woman growing up in a chaotic world. She is no longer just someone to be protected, but someone capable of standing on her own. Wang Gege's emotional progression is also worth careful consideration. The character Shen Pinan is outwardly restrained, but inwardly turbulent. His deep affection isn't a direct confession, but rather a series of silent choices. When danger strikes, he always stands at the forefront. When the truth is revealed, he hides his pain in silence. Especially in a confrontation scene after a misunderstanding, his eyes are red yet he remains calm. The explosive release of his suppressed emotions instantly breaks the viewer's defenses. His crying scenes aren't wailing, but a slight tremor after his eyes lose focus, a barely perceptible collapse of his shoulders. It is this restraint that makes the character more real and more moving. The two truly intertwine their emotions after a life or death operation. As the smoke clears, they smile at each other, without embracing, yet their smile is more profound than any embrace. That tacit understanding of it's good that we survived speaks louder than 1,000 words. Love here is no longer a romantic fantasy, but a steadfast commitment to sharing risks and facing the future together. The most touching aspect of Love Forever lies precisely in its restraint in providing answers. It allows the characters to struggle, choose, and grow amidst the torrent of history, showing the audience how love is forged into a part of faith amidst turmoil. There is sweetness, of course. But it's the sweetness after the storm, a flower blooming on the edge of a knife. When revolutionary ideals intertwine with personal emotions, when faith becomes their deepest source of strength, this relationship transcends a simple marriage of convenience. They are not princes and princesses from a fairy tale, but comrades in arms who support each other in chaotic times. Therefore, the true charm of this drama lies not only in its sweet moments or its narrative of family and country, but in the fact that it makes people believe that even in the darkest times, there are those willing to stand shoulder to shoulder for love and faith. After its release on February 17th, viewers may discover that this is not just a story about falling in love, but also a journey about growth and responsibility. When the masks are removed and true feelings are revealed, their love has only just begun. What truly captivates viewers is the chemistry that evolves from familiarity to a deeper level. The third collaboration isn't a simple repetition, but rather a gradual progression of emotions. The trust and chemistry built in the previous two projects are amplified in this drama into a natural intimacy. A single glance is enough to grasp each other's emotions, a pause tells you how to proceed. Viewers see not just character interactions, but the smooth and confident connection between the actors, honed over time. Some couples rely on established settings, while others are brought to life by subtle details. Zhai Yiying and Wang Gege clearly belong to the latter. Even the most everyday scenes, serving tea, brushing shoulders, walking side by side down a corridor, carry a restrained ambiguity. That feeling of nothing has happened, yet hearts are already fluttering is heartwarming. The production quality also contributes significantly. The Republican-era feel isn't just about the superficial cheongsems and suits, but rather the layers of light and shadow. The old house's long corridor under the dim yellow light, the blue stone path gleaming coldly in the rainy night, the stacks of files and old-fashioned telephones in the office, these details solidly and restrainedly lay the foundation for the era. The costumes, makeup, and props aren't deliberately flamboyant, but rather lean towards a common retro style, allowing the characters to blend more naturally into the background. The director's control of pacing is also skillful. The sweet romance doesn't drag, and the national storyline doesn't overshadow the main plot. It's not simply a matter of sweetness, heartbreak, sweetness again, but rather progresses like a gentle stream, allowing the emotions to slowly ferment amidst a series of events. You'll feel warmth when they share a simple dinner together, and you will hold your breath in tension during sudden searches and crises. This gentle yet sharp rhythm is the essence of the drama. If the romance is a watercolor painting, warm and delicate, then the career storyline is a cool-toned sketch, with sharp lines. The two storylines intertwine, allowing the characters to both laugh and talk, and also to face life or death choices. In moments of sweetness, they are like an ordinary couple. In times of crisis, they are steadfast comrades. This tension of dual identities is what truly captivates. Viewers are simultaneously immersed in the ambiguous tug-of-war of marriage before love, while being propelled forward by the tides of history. You might be moved by a single glance, only to worry about your identities being exposed the next. You might be amused by a light-hearted conversation, only to hold your breath over the undercurrents of the situation. As you said, the three most crucial elements of this genre, chemistry, pacing, and historical texture, precisely constitute the core competitiveness of this drama. Chemistry is the engine of emotion. Pacing is the pulse of the story. Sweetness is the surface light. Respect is the inner fire. When light and fire ignite simultaneously, their story truly becomes moving. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.